TLE 7 Dressmaking Week 6 is all about proper maintenance of sewing machine. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to observe proper handling and cleaning of the machine and resolve common machine troubles. A sewing machine, like any piece of equipment, needs some care and cleaning. Keep it dusted and lubricated at least once a week or more often if the machine is in constant use. Sewing machine requires basic maintenance of cleaning, oiling, and lubricating. Let us be familiar with the parts of sewing machine. Number 1, we have the spool pin. This is where you put your thread. Number 2, you have the threader guide. This will guide you where you will put your thread. Where will you insert your thread step by step? Number 3, you have the thread take up. The thread take up is where you insert your thread also. It goes up and down. Next, you have number 4, thread guide. Still the same, the next step. The number 5, pressure bar. The pressure bar will lift your pressure foot or put down your pressure foot. Then you have the tension regulator. The tension regulator will regulate how tight or loose is your thread, the stitches. Then you have slide plate. The slide plate covers your bobbin and the bobbin case. Next, we have pressure dome. Okay, this is where the thread from your bobbin goes out. Then you have the pressure foot. It holds the fabric. When the pressure bar is down, the pressure foot will hold your fabric. Next, we have the hook. The hook is where where it holds the thread before it goes to your needle. Then you have the needle clamp. The needle clamp holds the needle. The needle is where you put your final destination of your thread. Next, we have a bobbin winder. The bobbin winder will rewind or will able to put a new thread on your bobbin. Next, we have the stitch regulator. The stitch regulator regulates how long or how short or how small your stitches. And then also you have the stitch regulator is the rewind. Then you have the balance wheel. The balance wheel If you are using the manual sewing machine, it always move clockwise to start the movement of your sewing machine. Next, we have you must be familiarized with the following terms in taking care of sewing machine. Adjust. It means to change present setting, as in adjusting tension. Entangle. Forming knots like thread entangled in the bobbin case. Lift. Moving upward as in a pressure foot lifter. Replace. Putting something new in the place of an old or damaged part. Pucker. Wrinkling of fabric caused by very tight stitches. Lubricant. A material capable of reducing friction when applied between moving parts. Lubricate. The act of applying a lubricating agent between moving parts to reduce friction and preventing the form of rust. The proper handling and cleaning of sewing machine. General cleaning. As you clean the machine, it is best to clean one area at a time. Remove only the parts that are involved and be sure to note where each part is formed and its correct position. Here are the steps. Number 1. Prepare the needed tools and supplies in cleaning the sewing machine. Cleaning tools and materials include quality oil, lint brush, dry paint brush, screwdrivers, pen and record notebook, damp cloth, and cotton buds. Or number 2, remove the needle if there is any. This will prevent the cleaning from pricking fingers during the cleaning process. Parts needed to be cleaned. Face plate, pressure bar, needle bar, thread take-up lever, lifter, unscrew face plate and keep it in the drawer while cleaning. Brush dust away, then put a little amount of oil while rotating the balance wheel so inner parts can be assessed. Put back the face plate in place. Next, the upper tension. This spinning and dial. Remove outer bolt tension dial disc and this spring. Lay each part in your front table following its disassembling for easier assembling. Brush, dust, and wipe with this absorbent cloth with oil. Assemble by following the laid parts in your table. And lastly, the lower mechanism. Rotary escalating hook. Remove the bobbin case, fasten sides of oscillating hook. Remove dust with lint brush. Put a little amount of machine oil or moving parts. Return spare parts in place. So So there are only 3 parts that need to be cleaned: the base plate, the upper tension, and the lower mechanism. And you will also notice that after cleaning, you have to put machine oil to maintain the sewing machine properly work in good condition. Classifications of sewing machine troubles. There are 2 classifications of sewing machine troubles, namely minor and major. Minor sewing machine trouble, these refer to the problems that arise involving incorrectly attached accessories or supplies, unadjusted tensions, or that requires a little dusting or oiling. While major sewing machine trouble involves replacing or removing damaged spare parts that made the sewing machine not totally functioning. Here are the problems and the remedies if you have a sewing machine problem. If your problem is stitches, skip stitches, you have to check what type of needle may be wrong for the fabric. You have to check also the stitch length may be too long. The condition of the needle may be dull or bent. Machine threading may be incorrect. And maybe the needle position may be wrong. So what will you do? You have to change the needle with correct size. If the stitch length may be too long, adjust the stitch length to standard size. If the condition of the needle is dull or bent, replace the new needle. If the machine threading may be incorrect, thread the machine properly. And then, if the needle position may be wrong, set the needle properly. So this is all considered as minor problems. Now, if there's a problem with thread breaking, it always breaks. Every time you stitch, the thread breaks. Okay, check the size of needle, too big or too small. So what will you do? Change the needle with the correct size. If the type of thread too thin, knotted, or uneven, then you have to change the thread with correct type. Number 3, the type of needle may be wrong for the fabric. Change the needle with the correct type. So you may change the needle type to a bigger one. Number 4, machine threading may be incorrect. What will you do? You have to thread the machine properly. Tension may be too tight. Adjust the tension, then check the stitches once again. If the needle breaks, so what will you do? You check the tension may be too tight. You have to adjust the tension and test stitches. The needle position may be wrong. Set the needle properly. Presser foot may not be tight. Tighten the presser foot. The fabric may have too many layers or may be too thick. adjust pressure on the pressure foot. Next, if the seam pucker is the problem, okay, check the tension may be too tight. Then, you have to loosen the tension screw. Number 2, needle may be too big or dull. Replace the needle is the solution. Number 3, thread may be too coarse. Solution, change the thread with correct thickness. Number 4, if the stitch length may be too long, solution, adjust the stitch regulator. The next, last one, we have machine jam. What will you check? Bobbin threading may be incorrect. Solution, rewind thread to bobbin. Number 2, thread may be knotted or too coarse. Solution, entangle thread or change thread. Number 3, bobbin case thread may catch thread. Solution, remove caught thread from. Let us check if you have understand the lesson for today. Arrange the jumbled letters to make or form a new word. You are given a short description below. Your clue. It is designed to protect the metal surface and lubricate the moving parts of sewing machines and sergers. The correct answer? Machine oil. Number 2. It is used to draw the dust particles in and remove them from the area instead of moving them around. Your answer? Damp cloth. Okay, it is used to draw the dust particles in and removes them from the area instead of moving them around. Next, it is used to sew fabric and materials together with thread. What is this? This is known as the sewing machine. Next, to create a passage in the material for the thread to pass through. To carry the needle thread through the material and form a loop which can be picked up by the hook or looper mechanism. So what part of your sewing machine is this? The correct answer, sewing machine needle. And last, it is a sewing accessory that holds and stores sewing machine bobbins. What is your answer? If your answer is bobbin case, you got it right. Did you get it all correct? If yes, congratulations. You may now proceed to the next questions. Identify if it's a minor or major sewing machine problem. Number 1, broken needle. Number 2, wrong position of needle. Number 3, loose tension. Number 4, loose bobbin case. And number 5, broken presser foot. I will give you a minute to think of your answer. Okay, let us try to answer number 1. Broken needle is a major problem. You have to replace a broken needle. Number 2, wrong position of needle is a minor problem. All you have to do is adjust the position of your needle. Loose tension is a minor problem. You have to adjust the tension. Tighten or loosening your tension will fix the problem. Next, number 4, loose bobbin case is also a minor problem. All you have to do is tighten by using a screwdriver. And then last, broken pressure foot is a major problem because you need to replace the pressure foot. Your online quizzes will be posted on your Google Classroom classwork. You may type any question if you have any question regarding the lesson on your FB page where I post your video lessons. Once again, this is Teacher Berna sharing a quote, always believe in yourself. May God bless us all.